Brenda J. Lilly here with the Bridge Artistic Network. I wanted to put out a small disclaimer before we launch into today's video. I am not a licensed therapist. I am just a fellow creative artist who hopes to encourage, engage, and hopefully empower other creative artists to go out and live their art dream. Okay, here we go into today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Brenda J. Lilly here with the Bridge Artistic Network, and it is Monday morning, July 13th. I hope you like this video. If you do, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, share this with everyone you know and love so we can continue to grow into who we were created to be. All right, I'll see you on the flip side. Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Brenda J. Lilly here with the Bridge Artistic Network, and it is Monday morning. It is time for a Monday morning Kickstart. Now, we've been away from Monday morning Kickstarts for a couple of weeks, opting for a Wednesday midweek chat. And that was due to my schedule. But I'm back. And I want to talk about the importance of joy, the importance of not staring at the problem, but knowing that help will come. You'll be taken care of and everything is going to work out. When I'm in the midst of a really hard moment, and I can honestly tell you folks, I'm in the midst of one. I can either stay focused on the problem or I can get focused on the solution. I can either look at the things that are going sideways or I can look for the blessings that are happening in spite of everything going sideways. Life is good, but stuff happens. And it is important for us to maintain our joy, our happiness. When all we have is sorrow and anger and sadness, when that's what we steep our souls and minds in, all the bad and the wrong, when that is what we focus on, we sap ourselves of strength, of energy, and of the potential to get out of whatever situation we're in the midst of without damage. Emotional, mental, spiritual damage. When we let our circumstances steal our joy, steal our happiness, rob us of the ability to see the blessings that are all around us, even when we get out of the situation, we don't come out unscathed. But when we see the blessings, when we maintain our joy, when we fight for our joy, for our happiness, for our ability to hang on to the blessings all around us all the time, the scars aren't so deep. and they don't stay around long. The pain doesn't last, it's momentary. Doesn't mean there isn't pain, it just means it's couched in between blessings and joy rather than curses and chaos. As artists and creatives, I don't know about you, but I'm a pretty deep thinker and feeler. I get hurt easily. And it's something people don't understand about me. And I don't, and I, if they do understand it, they don't remember it. The other thing they don't understand about me is that I don't like to sit in my problem for scads of time. I like to solve them and move on. I'm not going to run from my issues. That's a whole other discussion. And so when you have those life altering moments, those moments that really sort of try to push you off center, I think it's more imperative then to combat it with joy, to come at it with a sense of understanding that this too shall pass. And that at the end of the day, you'll figure out some way forward. And if not by the end of that day, you'll get to think about it some more to the next day. But instead of focusing solely on the problem, it was one of the things when I was traveling and we had that day where, and I think I talked about it on a video, um, we had a day where the battery towards the end of our journey, where the battery in the car died. We woke up and the car wouldn't start. We had packed it. We were ready to go and nothing. But for me, instead of getting frustrated, I just turned my mind towards the Lord and I just started praying because it's what I do when things are a struggle, when something goes sideways. I recognized a couple of things, and I recognize this on a daily basis, not just when things go sideways, but that I'm not alone ever, that I always have backup. I just need to stay connected, and I need to look for the solutions beyond myself. I need to stop trying to fix everything myself and connect to the one who fixes things perfectly. That's me. That's how I function. And I recognize not everybody who's watching this is a believer or has a prayer life. So that's why I wanted to talk about the importance of joy today. Because for me, I know the joy of the Lord is my strength. I know that joy is a strength. It's not an add on, it is a necessity in this world. in this world that is full of chaos and anger and hatred and division and derision. It's hard to hold on to joy, but it is a life sustaining force. And so you have to find moments where you unplug from the chaos, where you say, no, that's not how I'm going to deal with it. I'm not going to just dive into the load of sludge that's been handed me. I'm going to put on some music that fills my soul with joy. I'm going to go for a walk out in nature, and so my heart can, and my body and my mind and my spirit can breathe. I'm going to go to a canvas and paint. I'm going to go to my computer and write. I'm going to go into the studio and dance. I'm going to do things that fill my soul up. And I'm going to be present for myself so that my mind is free to problem solve. You see, if you get caught up in the problem, it's really hard sometimes to problem solve. It's also really hard to maintain any sense of joy and wonder. And without those two things in this world, life gets really tough. So if you're going through a tough time right now, I guess my question for you today is, when was the last time you filled your spirit up with some joy and wonder? How do you do that? Do you go wander through a museum? Do you go to a concert and listen to some good music? Do you turn on the radio and just let the world slip? Do you take yourself on a picnic and just enjoy the sounds of nature? Do you go for a hike, a swim, a boat ride? Do you go to the ocean and listen to the waves crash and the seagulls? Do you cuddle with your dog just an extra 10 minutes? Do you pray? Do you talk to God about all of the cool things that are around you and thank Him for it? Do you find a way to be thankful in the midst of the storm? Because gratitude and joy, and I didn't even bring up gratitude, but this conversation that I'm having with myself and with you, it naturally lends itself to the idea of this duality. Gratitude, having a grateful heart, being thankful for what it is you have, rather than being focused on what you don't have, is important. These two things help us move forward in a way that offers our spirit, our mind, and our body some semblance of freedom and release. Because joy is our strength, and gratitude sets our eyes on all of the things that are good and right in our world. The two things together can bear fruit of wonder. But if all you're doing is focusing on the problems and what you don't have, you are draining your spirit, your mind, your body, and soul of all of its energy. and the ability to actually solve the problem. You know, I've been a rageaholic my whole life. True story. And I can honestly tell you that very few situations were solved when I was in a fit of rage. Generally, I created more problems than I solved. When you come at a problem from a negative perspective, how can you expect to have a positive outcome? It's not logical. You're not looking for it, you're not sowing it out, and what we sow, we reap. So if all you're sowing out into this world is negative stuff, everything that's bad and wrong, everything that you don't have, everything that is going wrong, how can you expect that good things can happen for you? You're not even looking for it. You're not even believing it's possible. But if you come knowing, yeah, bad things happen, but so do good. Look at that. Look at that. And you start being grateful for what is happening all around you, the good things, the loving things, the wonderful things, the awe inspiring moments that this world does have. Well, then you're filling yourself up with possibilities of goodness. So, yes, my friends, joy is important. Hanging on to our joy in the midst of the chaos and the struggle, being grateful for everything that's gone on, all the blessings in our lives. Open us up to possibilities, and therefore they are important. That's what I have for us today. I hope you like this video. We'll see you next Monday. All right. Have a blessed week, everybody. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. What are you waiting for? All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.